Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson from the AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2014 with my lovely partner in crime, as always, Mr. J. Michael Tatum. How are you doing today, sweetie? Oh, come on. What? You're supposed to talk.
Oh, hey.
Oh, God. You know, how was the last time you and I fought each other on the Attack on Titan at Simulcast last year? How you been?
I remember nothing about that. You were dreaming.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Who are you? Where am I?
You're at Ohayocon 2014.
White stuff. There's white stuff. I don't even know what it is. Just falling out of the sky on top of things, blowing all over the place. And it sticks. It's creepy. I think we're all going to die.
We actually have a small heat wave. It's 26 degrees today.
Fahrenheit?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Okay, I love Ohio. I love everyone in this state. But I'm also convinced you're stupid as hell.
We are.
Honey, look at me. I know.
Now, I'm going to be a little more serious because it's the sad train. Your last episode.
Have you ever looked that up on UrbanDictionary.com? Never use that word again. Please. Not unless you are handing me great wads of cash, by the way. Please.
So
on with the sad train.
We had an emotional connection that that anime show recorded its last episode on January 18th of 2014. It had a 4-year run of kicking butt and taking names and putting great memories in everybody's minds. And you revealed some of the best behind-the-scenes secrets ever that I think I've ever heard of the show.
Completely fictional and made up, by the way. But that's the secret of good entertainment, is lie. But go on, I'm interrupting you.
How do you feel about that after 4 years of just emotional roller coaster of friends, stories, and connecting with your fans in a way you thought you never were able to do?
Well, after 4 years of doing a show of that caliber, which is very intensive, I feel, there's, oh my God, you get emotionally attached. You really do. And now after 4 years, we were talking about serious things, sad trains.
All right.
No. Okay, so no. I'll be serious. Let me serious for a moment. That anime show was very close to all of our hearts, especially mine and Terry and Stephen, and it was important to us that we stop while we loved it, because we didn't. To be honest, we really did have a great time with it. But we're all incredibly busy doing our thing, doing our lives. Stephen is going to be the next great super scientist, especially with eco science, that environmental science, and that's really what he's going to do. So look out for him. He's going to single-handedly save the planet from climate change. I do my thing, which is sitting around doing nothing and getting paid for it, which is wonderful. I'm not about to give up on that. And Terry is her career, especially in audiobooks, is taking off. So we're all very, very busy bees. I don't know why I took my glasses off. Now I'm going to put them back on. Boom. Oh, where did Superman go? But we really enjoyed doing it. We enjoyed, all these people were friends and colleagues that we're very fond of, and we finally had a chance to, sit with them over the years and talk with them and get to tell their stories and have a lot of fun, because it really was just the three of us, sometimes the four of us, sitting on a couch together, sharing stories, which is what we do anyway, and we thought, wouldn't it be fun to record it? And we loved doing it. It was very time consuming, even though listeners might be surprised how much goes into one episode a month, especially when we would still take the holidays off, because a lot went into it. It's hard to book people, and it's difficult to get us all in the room together. So it was a lot, and we had to do it for the love of the game, and we wanted to stop while we were ahead. And so we all made the conscious decision that we wanted to stop before, while it was fresh. We wanted to stop, as I said, we wanted to stop while we loved it, so that we could look back on all 4 years and be proud. We wanted to not go there, as so many shows do. So I will miss it. I will miss it greatly, and I will miss working with Terry on that show. Terry and I and Stephen are all still. We're like family. So it's not like goodbye, guys. There was no harmonica playing. I didn't have to hitch a ride on some dingy farm truck out of there. We will see each other and work together frequently. That anime show is just no more. And in a year of life changes. So I'm glad we did it, though. It was really I've really enjoyed working on that show as we have, and it's brought all of us much closer, and But we have 4 years that you can go and listen to and go back to again and again and again like old friends. And not one of those shows will feel like, hopefully will feel in retrospect like we wanted to quit. And that was important for us to leave that legacy behind.
Yeah, because I listened to it and cried at the end. I literally just... yeah, I cried.
Which is the longest break in the history
Yeah.
of recording it. When we take our little breaks at the hour or so, we took like an hour and a half break because none of us were ready to go back in that booth for the last hour. We're like, I don't. Do you want tea? Do you want pie? Anything? Do you want to go walk the dog? Anything? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So it was like facing the firing squad. It was crazy.
Because that you can hear it in your voices when you come back into the booth after that hour. You're just like, I don't want to stop. Questions then. Okay, so
and then everything is Cameron has a question. Oh, Cameron!
I did right into the show. I did.
Actually made it this time. This is crazy. We felt bad.
So and then we, as again, we're all a flavor of the Whovian side, and the Doctor Who Christmas special just aired about a month ago. So what's your take on the now Doctor taking his mantle's place within the line of lineage of Doctors?
I have mixed emotions about it, which I think is a good sign. I think a show like with the history of something like Doctor Who in my life anyway. If I don't quite know how to feel about it for a while, I think that's a sign of good risk-taking within the show itself. I, at first, had a huge aversion to how they introduced Peter Capaldi, because I love him, and as we've talked about the last time I saw you, I'm really excited that an older actor is taking up the mantle of the Doctor, because it's been a while since we've seen someone in his age range, and that's, of course, how the Doctors started. They were all old. It was great. I like, not that Peter Capaldi is old, but he's certainly not 20. Yeah. And that it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool they're going there because it can remind people that the Doctor's, his many potential personalities are limitless. And so why can't he be an older gentleman? Why can't he be a woman at some point? Or a two-headed rhino? You don't know. I mean, there's no reason it can't be any of those things because that's the whole charm of the Doctor regenerating is it could be anyone. And so finally, we're getting that. And I think a lot of people, will resist him because the generation brought up on the new stuff will be like, but he's not young and he's not cute and he's not whatever. And I'm like, well, give him a chance. We don't love the Doctor because he's young and cute. That's a very shallow reason to love the Doctor. But I think people will grow into him. I thought the way he was introduced was very shocking, and I think for that reason it'll be a very memorable regeneration, probably the most memorable of the new stuff, and every generation has left its mark. Of course, Tennant's grand goodbye into Matt Smith was heartrending, but that Peter Capaldi, that quick moment where you just blink and suddenly boom, we have a new Doctor right there, and it's like, oh my God, it's very shocking. They have not done that ever in the show, and it was nice. It was nice that they did. I thought. Say what you will about it. I thought it was really it took balls to do that. It wasn't like an accidental thing where they're like, "Oh, we forgot to put the gold stuff in. Oh well, just put it out there. No one will know." I mean, that's not what was going on. They wanted it to be shocking and memorable, and that it was. So kudos to them for that. It was very hard saying goodbye to Matt Smith. I also have mixed feelings about the Christmas episode, but a lot of it was great. A lot of it was. The jury's still out on. I mean, it's Doctor Who. I'm gonna feel in a lot of ways, Doctor Who, and this has been true for me for years. And I don't want to I hope I don't get in anyone's craw for saying this, but I mean, I think in many instances the show is more fun to contemplate sometimes than it is to watch, and I think that's definitely that kind of tends to mark the end of every Doctor's era. Like you can tell when the actors are kind of getting to that point where like, oh, we're wrapping it up now, and so everything just comes so fast. It's hard to emotionally resonate sometimes. But I do feel that I liked many things they did about it. I liked getting to see Matt Smith's incarnation grow old as kind of the village sage. That was really fun, and I liked that they went there. That also opens the doors for all sorts of things. I love the special appearance during the Christmas special, or during the Day of the Doctor thing. That was oh God. Yeah, when 4 comes about, when I heard that was really cool because what the hell's going on there? Like, is that him? Is that what happened? I want to know, Stephen. I want to know. So it's a really I'm still excited. I like that Gallifrey has come back and that now is a goal because now he's kind of going home again. I think that's really cool. I think that's really clever. I love how that it kind of extends and enlarges upon the sort of cosmos of the Doctor as we know it. So I'm excited to where it's going to be going, and I look forward to Peter Capaldi's performance. I'm sure it will be awesome.
I agree. And again, we've mentioned the temperature here in Ohio. Last time you were here, you could wear shorts and not worry about a coat. And now you have to come back and wear a coat. There's snow. How are you feeling?
I hate all of you for bringing me here. I don't. Why did I say yes? Why did I say yes? Why? I got off the plane and it looked like someone had. Oh yeah, because my little brother's here. Why do you live here? Move down to Texas. You like the heat anyway. I don't get it. I mean, granted, we have to shovel heat out of our driveway every summer, but I mean, whatever. We live 3 miles from the sun. You live 3 miles from Papa Christmas or whatever the hell is responsible for this. Like, there's a face in the clouds blowing on all of you right now.
Awesome new show to talk about. And we have Space Dandy to talk about. And the cool part is that it's broadcasting currently both in Japan and America at the exact same time. How do you feel about trying to keep up with that pace?
What are you talking about?
It's being broadcasted simulcastedly in Japan and America at the exact same time. Its original air date in Japan was the exact same as it was in America.
What show?
Space Dandy.
It's awesome. Are you kidding me? Like, we get to do this thing at the same time, and we work on like such a crazy schedule where I have to be like on call. I love the idea that now getting to work on Space Dandy and the way it has to go out and the way it's the fact that it's taking off and that people are loving it, rightly so, because I think it's a friggin' brilliant. I love being able to say about my life that I am on call 24/7 to play a giant purple wig wearing, pimp outfit donning space gorilla. Where else can I say that? Nowhere else. I couldn't say that if I was a barista. No. Couldn't do it. So I love my life. I love my life. Really, really want to wear that outfit. Can y'all help me put that together? I want to dress like Dr. Gel. I think I've got the right build.
You do.
The right face for it.
You have the broader shoulders, the puffed out chest. I mean, you're looking pretty snazzy, but you're putting on a little bit more muscle, and I'm putting a little bit more on.
Am I doing this now? Oh my God, hi.
You can do that now anytime you want.
I'm sorry. Oh, really? That's amazing. Do you have a sewing kit on you by any chance? Because I'm ripped.
The best part is another great movie that was on Toonami recently that got to be broadcasted was Summer Wars. And that movie,
the feels.
Exactly. Just the whole. You have Mike Nicholas, who rarely comes down to Texas.
Right.
He's a busy bee. He's in the lead role. Mm-hmm. You have Brino over here, who is just knocking it out of the park with emotion the entire time. And here comes you. I'm the loving, you're the douchebag.
The douchebag. Like, oh, well, there's the role everyone could have predicted with their eyes shut and their fingers in their ears. Like, oh, the douchebag. Where's Tatum? Get Tatum. Like that. That's totally how it plays out.
Well, we have gray characters for you.
Gray characters. Gray, who are also douches. One could be a gray douche.
Right. And no, it was
a really unfortunate superhero name. The Gray Douche. J. Michael Tatum is the Gray Douche. Get started on that fan fiction, please, all of you.
The best part is that it was on Toonami. How do you feel about having maybe some people who weren't able to catch it on DVD and Blu-ray 3 years ago almost 3 years ago at this point?
Yeah.
And I think it was 2010, 2011. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you feel about them?
It's really cool because I mean when we work on a movie, unlike a series, it comes and it goes. That's it. A series sticks around and people remember it for years because of course often it goes into syndication or not syndication but reruns and stuff like that. And of course where the manga keeps going. So the show is like Black Butler will never be unpopular. Maybe when I'm in my 90s, people will have forgotten about it, but not until then. But something like Summer Wars, which is a 2-hour feature film, those things they tend to come and they make their impact and then they go. So I'm not used to seeing something come back and have that kind of momentum because it just doesn't often happen with feature length things, and it's really cool. Summer Wars is one of the greatest experiences I've ever had being part of a show, and that was like 2 hours of work, getting for that part. Like Wabisuke was like in for 2 hours now, and the feels when we. Brina and I and the cast and Mike McFarlane all got together and watched the dub before it premiered, and have watched it together many times since, either at local like movie houses that play it or just together in each other's houses because we love that movie. Yeah. I think Brina's performance, and Brina is a tremendous actress, and I'm always just awestruck by what she can pull out of thin air. And what she did with that role was incredible. She did one of the single hardest things I've ever seen an actress ever have to do, and that was cry 2 flaps which is impossible. I mean, I can't even conceive of how she might have done it, but she dug deep and she got it, and she completely nailed it. Made it very easy for the rest of us dubbing in after her to just feed off of her, and Mike, and of course, Sir Nicholas is brilliant in the role as well. I mean, Sir Nicholas's name means brilliant in, I think, Scandinavian, or it means Santa Claus's nipples, one of the two. But it's the same, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. Not nipples, not meanings. What am I saying? Anyway, I love Brina and all of them, and Summer Wars is awesome, and it's on TV, and you should watch it. If you haven't watched it before now, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Become a better person. I don't know. You're dead to me until you see Summer Wars. All of you, dead to me forever.
It's one of those fantastic films that I think really show that social side, how we rely so heavily on social media and social ideas of being connected to the World Wide Web so easily and accessibly, and then here comes you who says, look, I only programmed it.
It's a wonderful meditation on how family still comes together, how like the old technologies can still come together, and it's essentially a meditation on it has a very ambivalent stance towards, are we over technologized? Is that even a word? It is now. Screw it. Do we rely too much on social media for the interactions traditionally the vouchsafed to family, to hearth and home, and the film doesn't have a final word. When Grandma comes to save the day, what does she pull out? She pulls out writing and a black book, which is a form of technology, and an old dusty rotary phone, which is a form of technology. So in her own day, we can easily think, if you stop and give it some thought, that in her own day, I bet the old-fashioned families that were old-fashioned to her generation, when she was young, could say, "Oh, telephones just means we're all talking on the phone and not spending enough time in each other's company." It's a really interesting meditation on the definition of family, and how we come about, relating to that very, very sometimes thorny dynamic, and trying to struggle to find our own identities within a larger unit, and how that can be hard anywhere, regardless of what drives it. And for that reason, and of course, it's just beautifully animated. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous film. It's one of the best damn things I've ever seen, and I would be just as excited to sit here and talk to you about it for hours and hours if I had nothing to do with the dub, because I think I would have found it eventually. I know I would have found it eventually on my own, and I would have fallen just as much in love with it.
And his follow-up project, and I hope people are encouraged to see that, is Wolf Children.
Yes, which is one I can also very strongly recommend, having seen it, and oh God, I love it. I love it.
And now we're going to focus on, you have taken a little trip called on a plane and gone to California, and you went to LA and hanged out with Laura Landon in the land of LA. How are those projects going?
Those are really cool. That was the first time I got to work in LA. It was really awesome. I got a huge surprise. More I can't say really, but I got a huge surprise in who directed me. It happened to be a very dear friend of mine who I was not expecting to get to see while I was out there, and then just I just had to develop this great rapport. It's always nerve-wracking when you go to record, not just in a new studio, but in a new area where, different dynamic, different rules sometimes, different people that you're not used to having to interact with, except at cons. It was really, really neat, and I think I did very well in that I didn't die. And anything I undertake without killing myself accidentally at the end of it is a success at this point in my life. So I'm here now, being able to talk about LA, which means I must have done all right.
Alrighty then. And you got to even go further west to the last state of our great United States, to Hawaii.
Uematsu, the composer for Final Fantasy.
And you got to see him.
One of the single most influential composers of our generation. I've actually probably the past several generations, actually. Really cool guy. Kicked my ass at pool. Absolutely kicked my ass at pool, which is funny. Like, he's this funny, just very, very upbeat, laid back little guy who's like, "Hey, you want to play pool?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to play pool." And I'm like, and I'm not a great pool player, so I'm not saying that he's wonderful to have beaten me. But I mean, to say that you got your ass kicked by Uematsu is a great honor, and I was very, very pleased. But Hawaii was also very important to me because I got to be with the love of my life. The love of my life was over there. Hi, sweetie. Who was hey. He was actually interpreting for Nubo at the time. Yeah, that's not how we met. We met years before, and we decided to, what does that mean? We decided to sew it up. which all of you will be seeing a great deal of him because not only does he interpret at many of these cons, but he's at my elbow everywhere I go because I'll have it no other way. And yes, so the really cute boy at my side. I say boy, that's so weird. The really cute boy at my side is my little brother Dakota. The really dashing, gorgeous gentleman at my other shoulder, my other elbow. What am I saying? Is my love my life brand.
So you're just back with Terry, hanging out at the couch now with me instead.
I know you're carrying on the torch.
I hope.
Oh, well, please do. Just don't burn yourself.
Oh wait, do you want to see those? Hold on, there's that one, that one, that one. For real, those are all burns from work.
What do you? The hell do you do? Curl iron people's hair?
No, I work with a 300-degree oven.
Why?
In a kitchen.
Please, I was going to say, please tell me it's a funeral parlor. Please.
My family actually does own 3 funeral homes. For real.
I'm not sure how to feel about the joke I just made then.
We don't cremate people.
Oh.
We just embalm.
Really here? Because I would think here. Really? Oh, my God.
We don't throw them out in the cold. They're like you think. Like, we don't make popsicles out of them. They're not musicals.
Corpsicles.
We don't do that.
Cold ones.
And
What?
now, are there any...
Awkward about that. I'm thinking about death, and that's just morbid. Morbid, sir. Morbid.
Grow up in my life.
3 funeral homes, and now you make pizzas. Now they're all doing this. They're all doing this. What have I done?
One of my favorite questions I always come to is because you can never talk about this. Is any projects?
Never talk. You're right. I never know what to say.
Where's your chalkboard from when you were 8?
I don't know.
Probably gone.
I sold it on eBay for like $1 million. No, I don't know. That's still my chalkboard. You make it sound like it was Anthony Hopkins and like a river runs through it. No, Legends of the Fall, where he like had the stroke and was like, I'm happy until no one knows what I'm talking about anymore. I like you. That's right. I'm only 32 years old.
Yeah, you're only in your 30s. That's fine.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Now, any upcoming or current projects you want fans to check out other than Space Dandy and all that fun stuff? So anything you want to talk about, just go for it.
Some stuff. I still the really big project I alluded to last time we spoke is still in the works. Not in the one, like we're actually doing it. So I still can't talk about that. We're still a couple of months shy from being able to announce things, but that will be huge, and you will see why I have not talked about anything else, because that project has completely consumed my life for the past several months. Space Dandy, as you said, is really awesome. I love Summer Wars being on Toonami is a big deal. There, of course, you know, that show I'm in that I can't remember the name of it, but it's on the thing with the stuff and the people. Soul Eater still airing on Toonami as well, which is really cool. Like, it's fun to look at Toonami, which I grew up watching, and now go back and watch like the latest iteration and be like, oh my God, I'm in that show, not in that show, tried out for that show, didn't make it. That show I'm in, that. It's really weird and very cool and very validating. Yeah, I've been extraordinarily busy as I tend to like. So yeah, but nothing else I can talk about yet. We're always in that. I always do that. I'm always like, I don't know. We always do. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. One day I'll trust you enough to share more with you. I'm gun shy. I'm very vulnerable like this. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay.
And then on that note of sharing, you have an ocelot, a bird. Anything else you want to tack on there for delivering of messages across the wide world for your fans to try to keep up with you? Because remember, the ocelot eats the birds.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The ocelot eats them occasionally. Well, the ocelot got away like 6 months ago. I haven't seen him for a long time. He never came back. It's really a bad idea having an ocelot deliver your messages because they're not really good at honing in on. They get lost very easily. Cats do. Cats are stupid. I love cats. Don't get me wrong. I am a cat person, but cats are idiots.
But I mean, so you're just going to use your birds for now on then?
No, the birds died. The birds all died. I'm trying to perfect thought projection, but I'm having trouble with the thinking part. So I'll get back to you on that.
So, and I do believe you do truly have a Twitter.
I do.
That everyone loves to get around with.
Thanks to my darling boyfriend, I am now more modern than I now tweet or Twitter page. I tweet weird. tweet. Yes, Twitter, J. Michael Tatum. It's it's my name on Twitter, which I do. Still on Facebook a lot. Other things and stuff. I'm too busy working to be of any interest.
That's complete bull. You are always interesting. Anyways, it's always been a pleasure, Mr. J. Michael Tatum. Thanks for coming out and talking with us today and enjoying the lovely weather that is Ohio at this time of year.
Lovely. Yeah.
It'll be crisp and clean and fresh and powdery, and you can take.
You feel like 10 fingers is just far too many.
Alrighty then. Anything else you want to add?
No, please stop watching this guy because he keeps doing this to me because he's as popular as he is, and I don't know what to do. Help me.